Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Inse, and today I want to talk to you about your goals. There's 4 months left in this year, and maybe you're thinking that all of your goals are lost. Well, today I'm here to show you that they are not. Whether you fell off your goals 2 days ago, 2 months ago, or maybe 2 days into the year, it's not too late to get back on track. You may be tempted to just give up altogether and to wait until the next year to start your goals. But I can guarantee you that if you don't apply the tips in this video, you're going to do the exact same thing next year. If you don't change the way you approach habits, then you are not going to reach your goals this year, next year, or the year after that. You're just going to keep on repeating the same cycle. So let's dive into the video. 4 months is still plenty of time to turn your life around. It's still plenty of time to reach and develop those goals and habits that you actually wanted to start in the beginning of the year. But how do we do that? Let's start by taking a look at the habits and the goals that you set in the beginning of the year. There's probably a reason why you fell off track. There's probably a reason why you didn't take action on those goals or why you didn't stick with those habits. So let's dive a little deeper into why that is. I have some questions you can ask yourself to really discover what it was that went wrong. Did you have a clear enough why? If you don't have a clear enough why, then that means that you don't have enough motivation to keep going when things get difficult. Maybe you just have to dig a little deeper and you have to really figure out why it is that you want to do a certain thing or why it is that you want to reach a certain goal. If you can't come up with a why, try to think if the goal is right for you. If there's no why to be found, it's probably not for you. How do we set goals that we actually stick to? If we align our goals and our habits with our values, with who we are at our core, that will help a lot with staying consistent with goals and habits. Find who you want to be. Find what problems need to be solved to become the person that you want to be, and align your goals and habits with solving those problems. Something that also ties to having your why is asking yourself whether you are doing the habit for you or whether you are doing the habit or setting the goal because you think you should. You saw a habit on somebody else and you thought that it would do you good. You thought that it would help you. But once you started trying, you felt no benefit of it whatsoever at all. If you set goals because you saw it on somebody else or because you think you will get social approval if you do a certain thing, if we only rely on external motivation, you will not reach your goal. You will not stick with that habit. Maybe you lack motivation. Like I said before, you don't have a strong why. But you can also lack motivation because nobody is supporting you, or maybe they are even talking you down. If nobody in your environment is supportive of the goals and dreams that you have, it can be really, really hard to go against their will, so to say. I put off starting this business and this YouTube channel and everything around it because nobody was supportive of it. Everybody said you can't do it, it will be cringe, it's not worth it. You can fix this in multiple ways. Maybe you can find an accountability buddy. There's a lot of sites that can help you provide an accountability buddy so you can work on your goals together. Or you can find somebody in real life. Say your family is not supportive at all, but you have a friend with the same goal who might even be in the same situation where the family is not supportive either. Then you can just come together and work on your goals together, and you can support each other and you will lift each other up. Or connect on the internet with people or in real life with people who think the same. You can find people who want to do the same thing as you. Let them inspire you, let them support you. That's what I also do in the Studio I membership. I try to bring people together who really wanna improve on their life and who wanna move forward with their goals. The same thing in my coaching program that I'm launching in the fall. Maybe, just maybe, you simply got bored. Maybe you still want to reach the goal, maybe you still want to have the benefits of the habit, but you just got bored. It's possible. If you find yourself getting bored with certain habits, just try to think of how you can make it more fun. Say you want to go on nature walks every day, but you found that it became boring eventually to go out and do the same route every day. Can you pair it with a nice podcast? Can you pair it with a new coffee from a different coffee shop every day? Can you make a menu? Can you pick and choose from different hikes around you? Or you want to work out but you get bored of going to the gym every day, or you get bored of going on a run every day. Why not mix a multitude of different sports and activities together? So one day you go rollerblading, the next day you go running, the next day you go to the gym. If you just want to move your body, then it's really nice to just try and pick and choose and do a lot of different things and to experiment, because that will keep you excited. You might also just be asking too much of yourself. Maybe you set too many goals, too many habits at the beginning of the year, and you burned yourself out. Or maybe your job is so highly demanding that you just don't have the energy to work on anything else alongside it. So maybe instead of going after all those goals and dreams and all of those things in the last 4 months of the year, maybe you need to simplify. Maybe you need to start taking care of your mental health. Maybe you need to apply habits that will make you relax, that will take you back, that will make you calm. Or maybe, just maybe, if your job asks that much of you, maybe you should just use these 4 months to find another one, to find a career that suits you better, to apply systems that free up time in your life instead of just adding more. Maybe you just need to take a step back. And I know, take it from me, I burnt myself out so bad by trying to juggle all the responsibilities. I had to stay home for months. It ain't fun. Take a break. Thank you. Maybe the habit itself just doesn't feel rewarding. It's not attractive. It's annoying to do. Try rewarding yourself for going to the gym with a nice smoothie every single time, but that got boring and that didn't feel special anymore, so you just stopped going. The motivation wasn't enough anymore. Or you had to make the motivation that much bigger every single time that it just didn't feel worth it anymore. And the only way to combat this is to find enjoyment in the habit itself. You can do this through having fun, like I said before, or by tying something nice to the habit, but it needs to happen in the activity itself. So try making your habits more attractive by switching them up for a more fun variety, or just simply try to listen and feel and really try to find the enjoyment in the habit itself. Try to come to what it does for you, how it makes you feel, and how that helps you in your day-to-day life. And you'll see that you will be far more likely to stick with a habit. Now, I've talked about habits a lot, but for goals, often we don't reach our goals because we don't have an action plan. And that's the next part of the video. I'm going to teach you how to make an action plan so you can still reach those goals that you really want to reach in these 4 months for the rest of the week. So you gotta be realistic with yourself. You probably won't be able to do as much in 4 months as you would have been able to do in 12 months. But often goals take less long to reach anyway, and maybe we can lay the foundation of what you wanted to do this year so you can keep on building on it next year. You won't be able to build a 10K a month business in 4 months probably, but what you can do is launch that business and make sure you have a very solid foundation in these 4 months, so next year you can scale up pretty fast to those 10K a month. But the first step will be to break down your habits and goals into separate categories. So you're gonna separate your habit goals from your mountain goals. I'll explain what I mean in a second. So your habit goals are things like journaling and meditating and going on nature walks every single day. They're basically a habit that you wanna implement. Mountain goals are things that you want to reach, like starting a business, running a marathon, like things that you can just go and do today. Your habit goals, they're simple. You can still implement them right now. You just gotta go through the questions that I did in the previous part of this video. You can focus on optimizing your environment for this. So you can try to, if you want to go on daily runs, maybe you can just put your running shoes next to the door. If you want to journal every day, make sure that you have journaling prompts ready. At the beginning of every week, maybe write down all of your journaling prompts already in your journal, so that then every single day when you want to go journal, you already have a prompt ready for you and you can just start rolling. You can just start writing. Now, mountain goals. Why do I call them mountain goals? Because basically you gotta realize a big goal, like starting a business. It's like climbing a mountain. You can't just jump to the top of the mountain, you will have to climb. But if you start sprinting up that mountain without any plan or any little stops in between, you will exhaust yourself, you will collapse on the mountain, and you will roll back down and start where you had to start from the beginning. And if you don't create a structured plan and a structured ladder to climb up that mountain, you will keep on doing the same thing again and again and again. And that is probably what you have been doing for the past years, and why you never reach your goals and why you never stick to your habits. Instead of creating a plan, building a ladder, and then start climbing that ladder, so you can divide your energy over a longer period of time, which keeps you going, and you can just focus on that next step on the ladder, that next step on the mountain, instead of always looking up at the top and getting discouraged. The first thing in the plan that we're going to create is to look at low-hanging fruits. What is at the bottom of your mountain that you can just pluck off and start working on? For some goals this might not be feasible, for some other goals this might be really easy. For example, if you said at the beginning of the year that you want to make your house a way more enjoyable space, buying new furniture might be a hard step. Buying some organizational tools to make your house a little less of a mess might be a very low-hanging fruit for you that might already have an impact, and that might start creating momentum to climb up that mountain even more. Let's take the business again for an example. Just make a mind map and try to think of all of the things and all of the aspects of your business that you will have to reach and build. Try to not think of it as I have to build a business. Split it up in a mind map and think like, okay, I have to build a product or a service, I have to build a website, I have to build content, I have to do this, that. So I thought I'd show you my mind map actually. So this is how I coaching business, so Studio I. This is how I totally laid it out, and how I created all my big to-dos and then split them off in small to-dos. So I had all the things that I needed to learn. I had the products that I needed to design, the marketing, the content. I need to create the coaching sessions and decide what is going to be in there. I needed to build a website. For every single topic, I also listed a lot of to-dos. And under these to-dos, in my Notion, there's even more to-dos. So I really split it up into really small parts. This is how I do it, and this is how I create my ladder to start climbing up the mountain. Now, if you want to go even further, you can create a step-by-step plan of what you're gonna do every single day to get you towards that goal. The next part of it is to create time. Create time to be able to do the things you want to do. I suggest going with 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes every day, you can create momentum, you can start going, and 30 minutes every day is gonna make a difference. And then if you top that off with doing small little things when you find the time, in little pockets of time, you'll start building, and then eventually maybe it becomes a bigger priority and you can create way more time to do those things. I don't want to say this in the we all have 24 hours in a day, because yes, we all have 24 hours in a day, but the amount of free time that you have in those 24 hours depends highly on who you are, where you are in life, what your responsibilities are. But I think that creating 30 minutes, if you really want something, is probably doable. Just try. And if you can't do the 30, try 20, try 15, even 5 minutes a day. But make time, plan in, and that's very important, plan in time to do the things that you want to do. Start with the easy things. Start by doing the things that have the least amount of resistance. Start doing the things that feel the most fun. That way you don't get discouraged. That way you see, yes, this goal is fun, I can do this. And then once you start going, you can start adding things that you are a little less excited about. You can try to make them a little more exciting and more fun, like we talked about before. But once you already have that momentum going, it will be a little easier than deal with a little bit of resistance. And then lastly, celebrate every success. Like I said, we're gonna build a ladder to go up your mountain. Every little step in that ladder is a goal reached, just smaller. Every single step in that ladder is worth celebrating. So celebrate, make yourself feel so good about what you've done, because it's remarkable what you're doing. You're working towards a dream life, and that is something that a lot of people never find the energy or the motivation to do. Look at your accomplishments and internalize them. Make them part of who you are, and you'll see that you'll start believing in yourself, and you'll start feeling so much better about yourself every single day. So to recap this video, what are you going to do now? What actions are you going to take? So you are going to look at all the habits and all the goals that you set at the beginning of the year and see which ones still align with you, which ones are going to make the impact, and which ones are the ones that you actually want to pursue. Try to make them more fun. Try to find an accountability partner. Try to find a community of people who think the same. And try to really connect them to your values and to who you are, and internalize them and look at who you want to be. Then for the mountain goals, create a plan, divide them up, and really make sure that you have clear steps on how to reach those goals, and then slowly start climbing your ladder and celebrate every little success along the way. If you implement this way of approaching your habits and your goals, I promise you, you will reach them. This is something that I also teach you in my coaching program that I am launching this fall. So if you really want somebody to hold your hand and to really guide you through those 4 months, through those last 4 months, and to really work on those goals together, and to give you way deeper tools and way more valuable resources and information and tricks and tips that you might not have thought about yourself, well, I would love to welcome you into my program. I only have 30 places available because I want to be able to also give one-on-one coaching. If that coaching program sounds like something that you would be absolutely interested in, I would love to invite you to sign up for the waitlist. You will get a little nice surprise if you actually sign up. And with that information, I will let you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want more, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment and a like down below. I post new videos every single Friday, and you will get a new podcast episode every single Monday. I would love to have you in the Studio I family, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you soon. Bye!